Hello, and welcome to the Be Radical Make Music podcast. I'm Rosie. I'm super chuffed to be back for another episode, and I hope wherever you are, the weather is well and you are warm and safe. It is absolutely blowing a hoolie outside my window today, and I'm just feeling very cozy here inside my wee room. So I hope you're feeling cozy too. And so today I want to basically give you an update on what's going on inside Be Radical Make Music. So this week's episode is not really a super, focused topic and just more of an update to let you know because there's some big changes happening. Big changes. So I'll give you a little bit of context of why these are happening. And also, it's November and I'm feeling very, very reflective. So I think this would be good to reflect on the year. And please, I do invite you to reflect with me on your year so far, because we're not quite at the end yet. So January 2023 was a very difficult month. I had launched my signature course, Radical Songwriting Academy, for the third time. And I had the most students ever I'd had in there. And the academy, it brought in the most money it ever brought in. And I felt like my business was at a place where it was really growing. But my health was absolutely destroyed. My mental health, my physical health, I was absolutely categorically burnt out. And I had done it to myself. It's so interesting from hindsight, looking back November, December, January, inside those 3 months, I went into November feeling okay. And I came out of January with actual, physical symptoms like hives on my body, rosacea on my face. Like, just so many things happened that month. And I just, I crashed. I crashed so hard. And the whole of this year has been me learning from that experience and recovering from it too. So the entirety of 2023 has been really dominated by burnout. And it's burnout is so, and this isn't a podcast episode about burnout, but I have spoken about it before. In fact, spoke about it not too long ago. But I do think it's worth touching on again, because I know so many of you listening are burnt out or burning out or have experienced it. I think as songwriters and music makers, musicians and artists, we're sensitive people. We've got really sensitive nervous systems, and burnout is just, it's not inevitable. Absolutely not. And I fully believe that. But some of us have a sort of predisposition to it. And I think that is me. I feel like I do. And so this year I've been implementing a lot more boundaries and trying to get myself into a more stable place, which involved moving house a few times, and it has made me come to the realization that I want to make these changes that I'm going to share with you. So that was January. That was kind of January to April in my mind. I went back to Scotland in March for a couple of weeks, and that was the first small hint of relief I felt from how I was experiencing life. And then April onwards, I think I was healing and properly got some time and space, and I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm still pretty fatigued, that's still lingering, but I don't have all of the other symptoms that I was experiencing, which is like severely like compromised judgment. My cognitive level of my level of cognition was just so lowered, making really bad decisions that I wouldn't make normally, and just lots of other stuff. So I suppose I want to say as well, if that's you and you're experiencing that right now, I really empathize with you, and there is an end to it. It takes a lot of work to recover as well, but it's very possible. So that was kind of the year, and it's been sort of, I don't know, it's felt like it's slid by in many ways. It's been really tough at times, and it's been so beautiful at times. And I'm so happy to say I'm in a really nice place. I'm in a really lovely new flat in a really beautiful part of this area that I live in. much closer to nature, away from the hustle and bustle of the city, which was huge. And it just, things are just going really good. So let me tell you about these changes then. So that's the reflection. That's kind of why I'm making them. And it's been really interesting. So last month, October, I launched the Academy for the fourth time. And this is the first big change. Usually I launch Radical Songwriting Academy, and it comes along with like 8 weeks of me week to week going along with you live. And then you have the content of the Academy, the video downloads and all the PDFs and all the good stuff forever. You can keep it forever. But you get this live sort of element, and it's a really awesome way to go through it together and build this community that we're building. You know, you're all part of it. It's just another way this community's been, slowly growing. So one of the big changes is I won't be doing that again. I won't be launching Radical Songwriting Academy live with this live part. So there'll be no more live classes, no more cohorts. The Academy is currently undergoing a lot of changes. So I'm just really like whittling down the content to the stuff that works well, really well, that has been proven time and time again. And the stuff that's not working so well, I've just been skimming that back and, deciding what I want to do with that. So the Academy is looking really good, really tight. And we're on our last cohort as I speak. I'm currently inside week 4, about to go into week 5. But yeah, this is the last time. So I'm really sorry if that's disappointing to any of you who thought, oh, you'll join the next one, or, you were just kind of waiting for the right time. I'm really sorry. I've never promised to run these consecutively because of this, because you just don't know how you're going to feel. And I never, ever want to, this is another thing about burnout. I never want to go through something that I'm not 100% really happy about and committed to and feeling good about in myself. So I think that's a big thing for us as musicians. Like when we're people pleasers too, which is a big part of burning out, saying yes when you mean no, or saying no when you mean yes. Let's not do that anymore. Just let's not do it. So that's one of the big changes is the Academy now. Well, at some point in the future, I think I'll keep it available somehow, but it just won't look like how it's been looking, where you come inside with me and we work through it together and we have that experience. So again, I'm really sorry if that's disappointing to anybody. Okay, another big change is, and those of you who are inside my Radical Songwriting Facebook group, which is the free community for all of us, feel free to come join us. A big, huge change, and they already know this, is that I'm opening up Be Radical Make Music to for offerings to not just songwriters. So I'm opening it up to serve all music makers. So from this point onwards, and that includes the podcast. Podcast so far has been for songwriters, but the reason I called it Be Radical Make Music and not Be Radical Write Songs is because I always had the idea of opening this up, because I am a music producer, a vocalist, a piano player / keyboard player, and a songwriter. And I help people in all of those elements. I've taught vocals for years. I've taught piano for years. I have been working as a music producer professionally for years. So there's just so much I want to explore and to expand and to serve and to work with you on too. So that's why from now on, Be Radical Make Music will be serving all music makers. So if you are a composer, an electroacoustic composer, a classical composer, a singer, an instrumentalist, if you are a music producer, a songwriter, a lyricist, like if you're anyone who makes music of any kind, then you're welcome here. You're always welcome here. You know that, but you're welcome here. And that's been reflected inside the free Facebook community, because now it's called the Be Radical Make Music community instead of Radical Songwriting. It's also partly why I've made this choice with the Radical Songwriting Academy change, because it's very specific about songwriting. And I really want to move away now I want to move, just to expand away from educating and education and more into facilitating you. So currently inside Radical Songwriting Academy, the students are, I can't even explain how amazing they are. I mean, we're literally crying on Zoom every week, or crying when we're listening to each other's work. Every single Friday we share work, and it is like a waterfall of beauty, of art, of just It's it's amazing. And the more people I work with through songwriting, the more I realize that the power is in me helping you write those songs, and me helping you share those songs, and me holding space to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to invite you, to help you with just a small, subtle shift in how you're thinking about things, to reframe things with you. That's where my power is as an advocate for the arts, as a music maker myself, and as a facilitator. I just have a very natural talent that seems to help people make and release their music. And I don't actually think that that is best served inside an educational program, but will be best served in a different type of program, which I'm going to tell you about. But those are the two big kind of wide angle changes, and I feel so excited about them. I thought it was going to be scary, and they've in no way felt scary. Making a decision about the academy just feels so right. It just feels so good. And that's a beautiful thing, right? And I know that we don't always have that luxury for the decisions that we make to feel really good. Sometimes I'm grappling so hard and I'm like, I just don't know what to do. But I also think that's a great sign that I'm not burnt out. I think our cognition with the whole burnout experience, from this year that I've mentioned, that I think it's a great sign that I'm cognitively working on a much better level. And I think this year, I've also accessed a part of myself that is just more spiritually at ease. I just feel more spiritually aware. And these decisions don't just feel like head decisions, they feel like full being decisions. And that feels really, really cool. Okay, so another change is I am setting up some different avenues for you to be able to work with me. So far, the only way you've been able to work with me is through Radical Songwriting Academy, and that's it. I also have had a program for alumni, but again, you have to have came through the academy to do that. And now I'm literally opening the doors to anyone who wants to work with me, and there will be a multitude of ways that you can do so based on how much you can spend time, what it is you're wanting to actually do, what your budget is. Like, it's just, I've got three programs that I think will cater to most people, but I just want to be very transparent that I want to work with more songwriters, musicians, music makers, producers, and I'm trying to find ways that I can do that without burning out, and that you can do that and it be actually accessible and affordable. That's a big part of this, is affordability, because my academy is £500 more or less. And if you come on the coaching side of it, that's like £1,000 more or less. And you can pay it up, and there's different options. But I know for a lot of people, where you're at in your music making, that's not always possible. And so I've got some other options. So you're the first to hear about them, and you will get emails. And if you sign up to the mailing list, of course, so make sure you're on my email list, and you'll get a lot more just information as these months roll by. But this will all be starting to come together by December. So not that long. So number one is we're opening a membership. We're opening the Be Radical Make Music Collective. I think that's a working title. So if you've got any cool ideas for the collective, do let me know. But the Be Radical Make Music Collective will be a monthly membership where you are basically being facilitated to carve out time to work on your music. So we'll be meeting multiple times every month, once a week, and we'll have a theme for every month. And that theme, first week of that month, it will start with a conversation around that theme where we'll all gather together, because I'm massive on communing together as an artistic group, as an artistic community, it's where it comes from. I think there's so much power in that. And we get told on a daily basis that there's no power in community because the powers that be are scared of community. That's where change comes from. That's revolution, right? So if we're looking at a musical revolution for ourselves in our own lives, we got to come together. So every month we'll have a conversation. We'll have some action points from that, some prompts for writing music and making music. We'll also have a community event where you all get to meet each other, which is the most exciting thing. It's just like so powerful. And we'll also have sessions where we are just make music together, where we show up and we body double, we show up and we hold space for each other, we show up and we support each other through our very presence. That's all that's needed a lot of the time. And I've been doing these 1 hour songwriting power hours with my students, and they were amazing. Like, people are just writing so much music, so much more music than if we didn't have those hours together. So that's what the membership is going to consist of. And I will be asking for like founding members. If you want to get on board, like right at the very start, you're going to get a massive discount, and the discount will be there for lifetime as well. It's going to be a small amount of people who come in as a founding member. I'm not opening up to the whole world. So it's just those of you who are in my community. And then the doors will open to all music makers in February 2024. So that's a huge change, and I'm really super excited about it. And for me as well, I mean, I'm writing my album. I'm writing my second album just now, and this is going to really help me write my album because doing these music making sessions, these 1 hour sessions where we come together and we just create and we just write. Like, I've been writing so much. I've been finishing mixes and, finishing off like getting choruses for songs that were just hanging about and actually fleshing things out. It's really, really cool. So that's membership. And the other 2 ways, I will be going into a lot more detail, but they are essentially coaching programs. So there's going to be a group coaching program and there's going to be a one-to-one coaching program. And so I'll let you know about them when web pages have been finalized and you can read all the information. But so many people this year, more so than ever actually, in September and October, asked me about working one-to-one. And I had to say to about 10 people, no, I don't do one-to-one. And I thought, oh, it's kind of bad. I feel bad because I could be helping, you could have your music out by now, and I have this passion as well. So I was like, well, maybe we could do some one-to-one stuff. So I'll let you know more about that. And then the last thing, so that's 3 ways: membership, group coaching, one-to-one. And then the last thing is workshops. The first of which is happening on November the 8th. And it's called Music Rebellion. And this is going to be my sort of little signature workshop for anyone who wants to come into our community and into our world. We've got to gather together and just make sure we're all on the same page. And that's Music Rebellion. It is for people like you, like me, who are so passionate about making music. We're so passionate about making art, and the art and the music making comes before everything else. Of course, for many of us, we want to make a living out of this. For many of us, we want this to generously be compensated for, right? Because it's work. Art is also work. However, we're not here to be pleasing algorithms, to be just writing songs for the mainstream to be picked up one day, maybe, hopefully. We're here to choose ourselves. We're not waiting to be chosen. We are here to say, look, if I don't get these songs out, if I don't get this music out, if I don't make this work, then I don't feel good. I don't feel right. I'm not happy. And I'm going to accept that. That's what we do here. That's what's radical about it, is we accept that making the music in and of itself is a must. And it's regardless of the who, what, when, or why of it. We are here to make music. This is our calling. We are the artists. We are the music makers. We are the people who change the narrative. We get to put our feet down and say, this is how I see it and this is how I feel. And that's a beautiful, rebellious thing to do in a world that is just shoving opinions down other people's throats. That instead you get to artistically share your message with the world. And in doing so, you actually honour the world because, okay, I've been thinking about this a lot recently. So there's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's lots of sides. And this is one of the issues that we have. As an artist, you don't need to pick a side. You can explore the line. You can explore the ground in between. And actually, that's what most artists end up doing, right? Because we are like, we've got loose threads on knitted jumpers and we're just pulling at the thread of life and we're just watching that unravel. And what everybody saw is this jumper, this beautiful, that's what that is. We unravel it and say, well, it's just a ball of string. And that's the artist's job, is to like take down this illusion that everything is exactly as it is and that's how it should be, when we can see things as musicians and music makers and artists that a lot of people can't. And they need your voice. They need you to help them with that. They need you to shed light on things. And I mean, think about in your own life. I have got no doubt you have listened to music, experienced music that has brought you to somewhere that you have never thought about before, or even considered before. Or you've revisited music and had a whole change of opinion on what that means and what it means to you. And so that's why Music Rebellion exists. That's why I'm going to be doing these workshops on a monthly or every 2 month kind of basis, because us coming together as an artistic community and respectfully making our music, sharing our voice, supporting one another, that is so powerful. And that's what changes this world. That making your work, it really does. It really, really does. So inside Music Rebellion, which is the first offering that is open to all music makers and not just songwriters. Say just. I mean, there's loads of us, right? And we are amazing. It's open to all music makers. I want people to feel like they can show up and identify as whatever they want in terms of their musicianship. And so there's 3 things that you're going to come away with from the workshop with. One is 3 very powerful exercises. I've called these my 3 powerful pathways, but they're 3 exercises that will help you cut right through the BS and straight to the core of your artistry, your authenticity, your reasons for music making, your why. You'll have found real deep clarity on your artistic voice, and we're going to do this through writing our own artist manifesto, which is so exciting. This is a document that you're going to physically create, digitally or otherwise print it out, and you're going to keep it somewhere so that on those cloudy days when you feel like it's really hard to do this, which we all have, you have got a document to go back to that's real life, practical, in your hands, that reminds you of what you're doing this for, reminds you of who you are and what you stand for as an artist, and your why. And also, lastly, you're going to be making pals. It is so important. This world, this human race that we have would not exist without pals. We all need friends. We all need community. We all need support. We can't do it alone. We're not supposed to do it alone. And so inside Music Rebellion, that's also what we will be doing, forging real life bonds with the community and all those radical music makers. So that's all my updates. That was a biggie. So yeah, just to recap, it's been a year, but we're ending it strong. We're ending this year so much stronger than we started it. We're ending this year with an unreal amount of wisdom, of body wisdom that we feel in ourselves. We're ending this year looking at our artistry and our music making in a way with way more loving and accepting eyes, appreciating its value, appreciating its worth, and feeling good about that. So it's been a year, but this is how we're tying it up. So my offerings are changing. Radical Songwriting Academy will not be launching again. There might be ways that you can grab it, but it won't look like how it's looking right now. And again, apologies to anyone who's disappointed in that. I'm so sorry. But I do have other options. We're opening a membership. Yay! We're opening a membership so that we can hang out on a weekly basis more frequently. We can converse and really, really inspire each other, motivate each other. We can get our music done, get it written, get all that music admin done. We're going to be body doubling. We're going to be having community events. It's fantastic. There will also be 3 ways you can work with me, which will be through the group coaching, one-to-one coaching, and then our wonderful workshops that will be on different topics every other month. And that's it. That's the big changes. So I hope you're as excited as I am. If any of this gets you sparking, then come and talk to me on Instagram. I'm at Be Radical Make Music on Instagram. I've been a lot more active there recently, and I'm actually, for the first time in my life, enjoying Instagram, which I never thought I'd see. So it's possible. It just took me like almost 10 years. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. So come talk to me over there. Email me, hello@beradicalmakemusic.com. Leave me a comment under this video if you're watching on YouTube, or, just wherever you want. Come and join the free group, the Be Radical Make Music community. It's going to take me a while to get my names right again. And in the meantime, I hope you have a really beautiful rest of your day, week, afternoon, however and wherever you're listening to this. And I want to reiterate that you're so welcome in this community. You are so valued and needed, that your music is really important. It's so important. And I believed for years that my music was so unimportant until I ended up really depressed. And the only thing that really pulled me out of it was accepting that my music is actually really important. It's important to me. And so if it's important to me, it's important to this world. And so I want you to be able to choose yourself. So come and join us inside Music Rebellion, 8th of November at 6:30 UK time. It's 2 hours long and it's £27. So it's all there. Just need to click the link somewhere, whenever you see this, and come say hello, come join us. Send you loads and loads of radical love. Take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Cheerio.